Hey guys, Ashley D. Will here, and today I want to share with you a post on my blog called The Gentleness of God. This is important to me because I never knew gentleness until I knew the Lord. People have in general not been gentle with me in my life, and so I really have a deep appreciation for the gentleness of God. So at midweek service the other day, the pastor asked us what was our favorite characteristic of God. My personal favorite characteristic of God would have to be His gentleness. Now, it's interesting for me to realize that apart from my relationship with God, persistent gentleness I have never known. I've caught glimmers of it in the caress of a cool summer breeze, or maybe in the dainty skip of a crumb-seeking sparrow. But experiencing gentleness on a daily basis is not usually the case with people. So persistent gentleness, what does it do? It heals and transforms the soul. If you take an abused child and you place him in a safe, loving home where gentleness is the norm, over time, his withdrawn or disruptive behavior will change. The gentleness will calm his soul and heal his wounds from the abuse. The child will transform into a calmer and more trusting soul. The scripture even says that a gentle answer turns away wrath, right? So in the same way, gentleness heals wounds from anger and harshness. So gentleness is a rare characteristic to find, especially in the world today. Extraordinary it is to discover that gentleness exists in full measure. Even more extraordinary to find that it is found abundantly in our omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent Creator. This characteristic of His tells me that we, as His creation, are meant to experience gentleness on a regular basis, and that He is there to deliver it to us personally. For many years, when I cared for my 4 children, the Lord of the gentle way led me in paths of gentleness. Isaiah 40:11. In His yoke, following Him, walking with Him in His yoke, I have learned that He is the ultimate gentleman. And in that awareness, over time, He has given me rest for my soul. Matthew 11:29. Compared to years ago when simply making it through the day for me was such a challenge, I am now doing great, all because of His steadfast gentleness with me. Psalm 18:35. All the gentleness He has shown me, I received eagerly and integrated it into my hungry soul. I was desperate for gentleness, so that now I freely share His gentleness with others on a regular basis. Galatians 5:22 and 23 and John 15:5. So what about you? Do you know the Lord's gentleness? If you do, thank Him for it. If you don't, ask Him to show you His gentleness. Then expect to experience it in your life. So I have some scriptures here. Isaiah 40:11. He will tend His flock like a shepherd. He will gather the lambs in His arms. He will carry them in His bosom and lead those that are with young. That's what He did with me. He led me with gentleness because I had young children and I was always very gentle with my children. But when He led me in gentleness, it healed me from a lot of different things that happened to me that perverted and distorted and disrupted my soul and my mind. 2 Corinthians 10:1. I, Paul, myself, entreat you by the meekness and gentleness of Christ. I, who am humble when face to face with you, but bold towards you when I'm away. Matthew 11:29. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Psalm 18:35, you have given me the shield of your salvation, and your right hand supported me, and your gentleness has made me great. Galatians 5:22 and 23, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And John 15:5, I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me, and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. So my favorite characteristic of the Lord is his gentleness. And I hope that you have experienced his gentleness, and if you haven't, that you would seek to grow closer to him, that you would seek to take his yoke and to walk in it and to learn of his true heart. His true heart is very gentle. It's very loving. It's very kind. It's healing and compassionate. And I pray that you would learn of his true heart, because that's what he wants for you. He wants an intimate relationship with you, completely trusting and completely healing. All right? So you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.